You're watching the free version of Silhouette Essentials. For projects and footage, head to borisfx.com for the premium download.
Last but not least, we have to roto all the buildings in the background. It seems like a daunting task, but if you stay organized, it's not too bad. So it's a little bit hard to see some of the buildings, so I'm going to adjust the viewer up here and I'm going to lower the gamma. There's a lot of information back there, and this will make our roto task a bit easier. So I'm going to use the same tactic as before and track with dual shapes to capture the rotation. I've decided to make the roto shapes in the tracking in each little section here, 1 through 6, and you can see I have building block 1 through 6. So I'm going to tackle this building here, and some of the buildings are sort of part of both 2 sections, but that's okay. I'm going to make a shape over here on the left side. Actually, first I'm going to make a layer to be even more organized. I'm just drop that into here. And then I'm going to make another shape over here. And I'm just going to scrub through to make sure that this beam here it won't intersect my tracking shapes. Okay, so I think that's going to work. I'm just going to move this one in a little bit here. And same with this one. I'm going to shift click both shapes, but first I'm going to go to the output and change it to foreground for faster processing. Shift T to go to the tracker tab or in the Mocha tracker, and we're selected on translation, scale, and rotation, and we'll track forwards. Okay, so that's done, and we're going to start making our roto shape. So when I look at this, I think I'm going to try to make a couple roto shapes for this building. I'm not going to make just one large shape. That would be a lot to keep track of during the roto process. And first I'm going to change the color of my trackers. It's another way to do it. You can just click, actually didn't need to change the layer color, but you can. And we'll just click each layer. You can just click the pot and up comes another color picker and choose it that way. Somehow our motion blur is turned on. I'm going to go to the node and make sure that is disabled. And we'll go back to the trackers and we'll just turn those off and lock them. Now we can make our shape. So when I'm looking at this, I want to make sure I'm going to start with this area up here. I'm studying the area, analyzing it. It's really important to try to make your shape as detailed as possible on the first frame. That way you won't be editing down the line and causing more keyframing issues and animation issues. So after I make my shape, you can see that they're all round corners. So I can select all of the points, shift click, and then right click, and then select corner, and now all the points have corners. And then adjust all the points where they need to be. Sometimes it feels like that first roto shape takes a lot of time, but it's really worth it. The detail will lend itself to a lot of realism down the line in the compositing process. Okay, so let's take a look and see if it follows the track. I'm pretty sure it did because the track looks solid. We've got the rotation in there. So now you've noticed I have not made little shapes for these little parts of the building on the top here. And I've decided I'm going to use an open shape for that. So I'm going to click the B-spline and press down 2 points, press escape, press B, 2 points, escape, B, 2 points, escape, B, 2 points, escape, and so on. You might ask, why am I making so many little shapes? It's because this detail you have here will make your shot look a lot more realistic. Right click R. I'm just going to put these into place a little bit better. Let's just lock that one. Okay, and then I'm going to give each of these open shapes a width. So I'm going to select all of these. We'll go down to the object list here, and we'll give them a width of 2. I'll click A. We'll go to output so we can see the alpha channel. Turn off the overlays, press 0, and now you can see we have a lot of nice detail in there. Now let's take a look at the final. I'm going to disable visibility on the demo layer. Let's set our viewer back to something that's a little bit brighter, and we'll turn on all of the shapes. We'll turn off the overlay. And maybe we'll just take the gamma down again to see the background buildings a bit better. So this is the finished shot. My tracking shapes are still enabled. Everything that's a green square is a tracking shape. Some of these areas moved a bit more independently, so I had to make more shapes. And then we have the rest of the mats. We have the midground objects, which is down here, some trees, and we have BG buildings back here. And then we have a GMAT for the lower buildings, so I didn't have to roto everything down really low. And this would be this mat here, this purple line. And we have a sky GMAT as well. So if we want to enhance the sky, we can use this as the GMAT, and then we can put our buildings and everything else back over. We'll take one last look at the finished work. And here it is. Next, we will explore how one can export roto projects using the Cryptomatte node, resulting in a multi-part EXR sequence that can then be used in external applications for a variety of purposes.